Good morning, everyone. I had a few new dies, so I'm just going to go straight in and show you those, show you the samples and measure them. So my first one that I got was this angelfish die with bubbles, and I will measure that for you. The fish is 2.5 inches. If we go right to the tip of the tail, might be a fraction longer, almost 2 3/4 inches in fact. So that's a lovely fish, can be used in many ways, and in my samples I used it in two different ways, so I'm going to show you those now. The first one I did just a simple fun card, block colouring, googly eye, great for a young child or even an adult, but yeah, used it like that. It's a very fun way. And also used the dies that I told you about, I think last week, about not to overlook them because you think they're small, because they're so useful, you know, goldfish bowl, snow globe, etc. So I used that one with this one, and I also used it with my other sample. So I'll move that across. So that's kind of using it very basic and just putting some different color blocks in there. And this one's a little more grown up, perhaps a little bit more girly, but a different way to use the fish. And I used silver glitter cardstock and did a portfolio crayon background. In a video a couple of weeks ago, I showed you how to do this using those portfolio crayons. So that one's a little more adult, and I really like that fish. See if I can get in close. There we go. So I did that one, and of course using that die again that I said don't overlook because it's very useful. So there it is. Tuck that under there so you can still see the samples. My next one, paper creations are of great fascination to me. So I got this, and out of the middle come these. Now these will obviously serrate the paper and give you strips within the center of that die. I cut them out because I didn't want to do that. I'm quite happy to cut those out plainly and use these I don't know, dotted around cards so that I can thread ribbon through. So those are the three little pieces that came out of this, and this die creates gift bows. So I'll show you the large one that I did first, and I just used a brad, and it's very easy to do. You just twist the paper, you either put a foam square there or some double-sided tape to stick it down onto your package or your book or whatever it is that you want to do, or a little flower brad in there would look quite pretty too. So this is the largest of the gift bows that it will make, and that is 2 3/4 inches. So that's the biggest bow that it does, and I use the large and the medium size to create this, but you can also use this little piece here that would make a loop and hide your brad in the center. And the decorative thing that I did with it was to pop it on top of this little candy box, and I'm going to show you that die as well. And this size is using the medium and the smaller die. So at the medium size it is 2.5 inches, so it's 1/4 inch smaller than this one. I hope my camera's behaving. So popped it on that little gift box, and I'm going to show you this gift box. It's a perfect size for doing stuff. And I made a little tag from that set that I got last week and just stamped it with a little butterfly on there, and used a little bit of silver twine to match in with the glitter ribbon there, and just pop that on there so that you can see it. Obviously you'd write on the back and then glue it down, but I really like this gift tag because I can use up 12-inch pieces of pattern scrapbook paper that I wouldn't normally use for anything else, and it's become very useful. So I'll put that one down there. And this is, excuse me, I have a sore throat. This is the box die. This is a great die. If you don't have this at this price, then you're really missing out. I think it's about $3, and I'm going to measure the gift box for you because it's better to see these dies when they're made up. So I'll just take that little tag out of there, and the finished box is 2.5 inches by 2 3/4 inches. So that's a great size. You can put a lot of stuff in there. You could put a couple of bottles of nail varnish into this and use a nail varnish bottle type gift tag. A base coat and a top coat would fit in there quite nicely. You could fill it with tea bags. You could use a hole punch and use some tulle and fill it with lavender for something to put in their undies drawer or something like that. So this is a really nice size gift box for the money. So I've shown you that, and that was the smallest in the tag set that I used for the gift tag that went on that box. And then my next one is this one. This is absolutely gorgeous. It's like a piece of applique lace, and when you cut it out, it behaves just like a piece of applique lace, but without the net mesh back that you would normally get on the fabric lace. So this is quite floppy and quite delicate, and I knew it was going to do that by looking at the cuts, that it was going to be very separate and identical to a piece of lace, but that didn't bother me. And this is 5.5 inches, and I also knew that I didn't make 5.5-inch cards, so it was going to be large. But you can treat it just like a piece of lace and cut it apart, and this is my sample. As you can see, I actually have cut the pieces apart and laid them where I want them to be. I don't know if you can see all the colour in there. I added mica powders and shimmer, and I'm just going to move some of these because my camera doesn't seem quite right today. There we go. And I put lots of different colours in there and made a very sort of boho grown-up type of card. There we go. But you get great detail in that die, and as I said, you can obviously cut it down. This is a 5-inch square card, and you can cut it all down and you can piece it back together in whichever way you choose. I would just put a simple thank you gold foil sentiment across there on a little banner. But I really like this die because, as I say, you can cut out the bits that you want, and it does act just like a piece of lace. So those are my creations for today and my dies for today. If I get anything delivered today, obviously I will show it tomorrow, and I'll be back tomorrow with some creative things using kitchen utensil type things, teapots, cups, saucers, and I'll show you what I create with all those. You have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow. As usual, everything linked below. Bye.